So hi everyone, welcome to ADDA247 Telugu YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss electrical E JE DC motors. So those who are in the live session, you can comment and share this link to your friends in the groups and chat so that we can focus more on uh, the depth of the subject. సో పే అటెన్షన్ గెయిన్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. సో మనం డెఫినెట్గా వీ కెన్ ఫోకస్ అటెన్షన్గా ఉన్నట్లయితే శ్రద్ధ వహించినట్లయితే డెఫినెట్గా విల్ గెట్ గుడ్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఆన్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్ సో దట్ వీ కెన్ ఈజీ టు అటెండ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ద ఎగ్జామినేషన్. Okay, so these are the app you can download. So we are providing the premium study material, current affairs, job alerts, daily quizzes, subject wise quizzes, magazines, power captions, and notes, articles, and videos. So those who are not downloading this app, you can download the app. So these are the benefits we are providing from the ADDA247 Telugu YouTube channel. Okay, so definitely you will get latest notification by subscribing ADDA247 Telugu YouTube channel. So once you can download and you can subscribe, so definitely you will receive the latest notifications. So whatever we are going to updating in the channel, so definitely you will receive the message or notification from the ADDA247. So today our topic is DC motor constructions and working principle. Okay, so this is the one part of content in our SSC JE electrical syllabus. So mainly we know the focusing on uh, how to answer the question in short period of time by gaining good knowledge. Okay, so direct questions they will ask in the examination because so this is totally based on the syllabus of diploma basis. So okay, so now coming to the DC motor structures. I hope you all know about the DC motors, and so this is the we are talking about the physical structure of the motor. So construction of details and working principle. So what are the parts in the DC motors? How the parts is working? So everything we will going to discuss in this session. So those who are in the live, you can comment. Ramesh Reddy, hi sir, hi hi. So share. So you are in the live, so you can share this link to your friends, so that your friends also they may join the live session. Archana, Archana, yes, hi sir, I am new subscriber. Okay, so no need to bother about new subscriber also. So from 10th onwards we are going to start the yes, yes, paid classes and everything. Salud Kiran, Ram Kumar, Jumidi, Bharat, Raja Gopal Rao. Yes, yes. Most of yes. So maximum aspirants are looking for SSC G electrical. So definitely we are going to provide good knowledge. Yes, Monica, hi. Yes, yes. So we will provide good subject knowledge. Definitely we will crack the job. So based on that, we are going to so give the subject content knowledge as well as question discussion and expected questions also. Yes. So my voice is audible. those who are in the live session, you can comment. So either uh, so am I audible? Okay. So if you face any technical issues or sound issues, you can may comment in the live chat so that we can do the modifications as per your requirement. So best thing we are going to provide you. So yes, audible. Okay, okay. So share yes, you can share this live link to your friends, those who are looking. So either whether they are going to join or not, so we won't bother about this thing, but you can share this link to your friends so that they can able to listen the class. So they may get idea about the subject, so they may chance to join also. Yes. So I hope you all know about this DC motors. Okay. So we are going today. Our session is just introduction about the construction of DC motor and working principle. How the DC motor is working. So what are the constructional part of the DC motors? Okay. So now you can see this. This is the motor structure. So we can able to see this structure of this motor. So mainly, so motor consists of mainly two parts. We are mainly focusing on. One is armature, another one is winding. So this armature and field winding. Another one is core. Okay. So this is the field winding. Another one is armature. So mainly we focus on the two parts only. So one is field, another one is winding. Okay. So the entire construction of the motor is based on these only two parts, field and armature. Okay. So how the field and armature are connecting? So you can see the structure of this motor. So you can see. So this is what? This is the commutator. So this is the commutator. So I represented here. This is the commutator. Okay. So these are the different poles. I am going to represent north, south poles. Okay. So I represented here. This is the poles. Okay. So now the winding is surrounded this poles. That is a field winding. So we are going to provide the power supply through this positive and negative terminals. Okay. So and this is the outer layer of the motor. So the outer layer of the motor is called as yoke. So and this is the armature windings are there. These are the slots are there. This is we can call it as slot. SLOT slot. Okay, slots. So these slots is accompanied the armature winding. Okay, so this is the armature winding. So this is the core is laminated. Armature core is laminated. So this is the here. This is the brushes are there. So this I am going to represent. This is the brushes. Okay. So these are the main parts in the DC motor. So but we are focusing mainly only here field and armature. These are the only these two. The entire operation is depends on only these two parts. But internally, so we are going to constructional parts. So we are going to accommodate all these parts. So each and every part they may function. It will give some results. Okay, so this is the mainly constructional details. What are the main parts? Yeah, I'm audible. I'm asking the question. So, as per the construction of the DC motor, mainly focus on the only two parts. What are the two parts? Yes, I'm expecting answer from you all. Yes, Monica, Kiran, Dilip Kumar. Yes, yes. So mainly we are focusing on field and armature. Yes. Okay. So, but in constructional to protect all these field and armature, we are accommodate all the outer parts like yoke, and to accommodate the winding, we are using poles, and to collect the current from the commutator, we are using brushes, and for the conversion we are using commutators. So all these parts mainly we are focused, each and every part having some function, it gives some results. So you can see here each and every part we are going to discuss here. So yoke, I hope everyone knows yoke. It's like a protecting cover, like a jacket. So whenever we are going to wear the jacket to protect our body, so like that your armature, the entire field and armature, it's should cover with the yoke. So it is a protecting cover, like you can see here, it's an outer frame, like it is a protecting cover to protect entire constructional part of the motor. So this will be very strong. So like here, yeah, steel, this is made up of steel or iron, whatever it. So depends on the size of the motor, we are using this kind of materials. Okay. So like here, DC motor which hollow cylindrical made up of cast steel or rolled steel. So this type of question they may ask directly from this from the DC motor. Okay. So the yoke is made up of cast steel or rolled steel. So you can remember this one. Okay. So this sometimes they will ask the question directly. So the yoke of the DC motor is made up of. So they will give some random options. So you can select the correct one. So either you can observe whether these two are there in the option or not. You can see. Okay. Sometimes they will ask the question, what is the outer layer of the DC motor? What is the outer layer of the DC motor? Can anyone tell the answer? What is the outer layer of the DC motor? Anyone? Outer layer of the DC motor. Sometimes they will ask the direct questions. Outer layer of the DC motor. Simply direct, they will, sometimes they will ask the question. So it is a protecting cover. So I am giving some hint. So it is a protecting cover. So the outer part of the motor is protect the entire constructional parts. So what we can, yes, yoke. Yes. Competitive one. You given right. Yes, yoke. Sai Kiran. Yes, this kind of questions sometimes they will ask you directly. So I already explained you. This is the outer part of the DC motor. The outer part is called as yoke. So that will protect the entire constructional parts of the DC motors. Okay. So sometimes they will ask the question directly. It is made up of cast steel or rolled steel. So you can remember this kind of uh, answers. So they will ask that sometimes. So we'll get direct marks by attempting. So without any thinking, without thinking. So directly we can read the question and we can directly answer the question within short period of time. So sometimes you will get this kind of question. You may save the time also because it is a direct question. Sometimes what is the purpose of yoke? So what it is the purpose of yoke? Uh, yes, what it is the purpose of the yoke to construct in outer side of the motor. See here, so mainly yes, sometimes previously someone given answer also, low reluctance, yes, that is also answer. That is the purpose of the yoke. Okay, yes, outer layer is yoke. What is the purpose of the yoke? So this may protect the entire constructional from the atmospheric conditions, whether rainy season or any from the animals, whatever the birds, and from the physical human being. So from this also it will protect the entire constructional part. Okay, so it's like a protecting cover. Second one is it allows the magnetic flux in low reluctance path. Okay, so that is also the purpose here. So provide the path of the magnetic flux produced from the field winding. So whatever we are providing the supply to the field winding, so it will produce a magnetic flux. That flux will allows in a low reluctance path. So that is the two purposes we are using this yoke. So one is to protect the entire machine. Another one is to pass the magnetic flux in low reluctance path. Okay. So these are the main two purpose of the yoke of the DC motor. So is it clear? Yes. So it serves the two purposes. One is it protect the entire machine. Yes, and it allows the flux in low reluctance pathway. So yes, so Surendra, okay, Kiran, yeah, mainly these are the two purposes. Okay, see here still only few members are there, so you can share this link to your friends, so they may also join with the live. Okay. Yes, definitely. Sometimes we will help others without giving any money also. So this kind of, suppose those who are preparing from the preparing for SSC JE electrical. So sometimes we will give the link. We will share the link also. Sometimes that will helpful for us them also. So who will know what are the questions they will ask? Sometimes they will, by attending this class, they may get 1 or 2 marks from this topic also. Okay, so don't hesitate by sharing this one. So as much as possible, you can share this link to your uh, colleague friends or your friends or your WhatsApp groups, or you can put in the status also. Okay. So you can see the constructional details. So this is the entire construction of the DC motor. So from step by step we are discussing. Outer part is yoke. Okay. So it is made up of cast steel or rolled steel. So this serves two purposes. We are constructing this yoke on outer side. So one is it to protect the entire machine. Another one is allows the magnetic path in low reluctance path. Okay, so now you can see another one is magnetic field system. So already someone told magnetic, so main parts. So we are treating this as a main part, magnetic field. Okay, so this is the field, this is the mag field. So whenever the field winding is connected to these poles, so when power supply, then it acts as the magnet. Okay. So what is the purpose of this magnetic field system in the DC machines? Can anyone say what is the purpose of this field system in the DC machines? What is the purpose? Monica, Kiran, competitive world. Ram Kumar. Are you there, Ram Kumar? Ramesh Reddy. Rajagopal Rao. Yes, those who are in the live, definitely you may answer what I am asking the question. So definitely we will interaction. The discussion is very important in the class also. So while asking the question, you may reply. So definitely you will recollect the answer. Okay. See here, this in this constructional details. So another one is magnetic field system. Okay. So you can while discussing the DC motor, you can remember the two things. So already we discussed yoke, about yoke and what are the constructional parts in the DC motor. Okay. So motor, while we can call it as a motor, so simply we are remembering it is a rotating machine. Motor is a rotating machine. Then means which one is rotating, which one is stationary. So that also we want to know. The motor already we discussed. Yes, which part is moving, which part is stationary. So means here in this system mainly we are focusing on the magnetic field and armature. Okay, so field is a stationary and armature is a rotating. So you can remember this point. Okay, so field is a stationary. Okay, and this armature is a rotating part. Armature is a rotating part. Field is a stationary. So you can remember this one. So field is a stationary, armature is a rotating part. So we are providing supply to the field. Okay, so the flux is produced in the field winding. So that is linking with the poles. Okay. Yes, that is linking with the poles. Then the interaction of that flux is linking with the poles, and this poles is nearby this armature winding. So where we are this armature winding? This armature winding is accommodated in the armature slots. Okay, so these are the slots here. So this is the block color. This is slot. So this is winding. Okay, this is the empty place is slot, and we are accommodating this armature winding in this slot. Okay, so the flux produced by the field winding is linking with the armature winding accommodated in the armature slots. So then what will happen? According to Faraday's law. What is Faraday's law? Faraday's law. Yes. Faraday's law. Anyone? Yes. So this is the simple concept. So you can see here. Yes, most of the they are trying. Yes, armature. Faraday's law. Faraday's law. Okay. See here. So we are providing supply to the field winding. The flux is produced in the field. That is field flux. Okay. So we can call it as phi f, or sometimes we can phi field. Okay. So this flux is linking with the armature conductors. So according to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, then flux links with the conductor, or flux curves the conductor, then EMF is induces. Then EMF is induces in the conductors. Okay, so means, so by providing the supply to the field winding, the EMF is induced in the armature winding. Okay, so when EMF induced in the armature, then automatically armature conductor is a closed one, then current is developed. Okay, so when due to that current, again flux is produced in the armature, that is the armature flux. So interaction of these two fluxes, armature fluxes and field fluxes, then what will happen? Then two fluxes are linking each other, then automatically then repulsion will produce. So due to that one, the mechanical force is developed in this armature, then armature will start rotating. So this is the concept you can remember in a DC motor. Okay, so is it clear? Yes, so this is the way the armature is rotating in a DC motor. So you can see here, so it produces a main flux, and the motor, it consists of even number of poles, this and okay, so this having pole shoes and pole core. So you can remember pole core and pole shoes. So you can see here, this is the poles. So this is the pole. Okay, so this is the pole shoe. Okay, so what is the purpose of figure C? Pole shoes purpose, it provides the field coils. Okay, so when it increases the cross sectional area, then the flux also increases. Okay, so and reduces the reluctance of the magnetic circuit by increasing the cross sectional area. Okay, so you can remember some few points regarding this pole shoes. Okay, so it provides the support to the field coils. Okay, whatever the field winding we are mounting, so that is going to accommodate on the field. Okay, pole, whatever the magnetic poles, north and south, what are they. Okay, so another one is it reduces the reluctance of the magnetic circuit. So when cross sectional area of this pole, so this is the area is increases, it reduces the reluctance. Okay, so next pole core is made up of thin lamination of sheet steel. You can remember, sometimes they will ask the direct questions. Pole core is made up of, they will give some options. So the right answer is sheet steel. Okay, which insulated from each other by reducing the eddy current losses. Okay, why it is laminated? Why pole core is laminated? So another one is it reduces the eddy current losses. Okay, so this kind of answers we need to remember. So directly we can easy to remember by gaining subject knowledge. Subject knowledge is very, very important. So if you know this knowledge, definitely we can apply the formulas. So definitely we will get formulas in upcoming days. Okay, so while discussing EMF equation, what is the EMF equation? Okay, so what is the working principle of this? So we'll get some equations. If they ask any question related to the equation, definitely you can apply the formula, you will get the answer. So but in theory point of view, they will ask some questions regarding like this. So what is the purpose of the pole shoes? Okay, what is the purpose of pole core? So this kind of questions they will ask. So we need to remember. So in formula you will get answer by applying, but theory you should remember. Sometimes we will get more marks from the theory also. Okay, so these are the two purposes. One is a pole shoe purpose. You can remember it supports the field coils and reduces the reluctance of the magnetic circuit. Why it is increasing the cross sectional line, reduces the reluctance of the magnetic circuit. Okay, next pole core purpose. Okay, so it reduces the, why pole core is laminated, reduces the eddy current losses. Playlist creation Vamshi Stevens. Vamshi Ravindra Rajput. See here, these are the direct questions, direct answer you can remember. Okay, so pole core is made up of thin laminations, so of sheet steel. Okay, so you can remember laminations means reduces the eddy current losses. Okay, the pole core is made up of sheet steel, so you will get two answers from this pole core. So two answers from the pole shoes. Okay, next, field coils are connected in series with one each other, then the current flows through the coil. The armature north and south poles are produces. Okay, so already I said here, so by giving the supply only, so that will creates the north and south poles. Okay, so next another part is armature core. Okay, so we discussed here yoke and field systems. In this field system we will get here 2 or 4 questions you can remember from this one. Okay, so field is stationary, so this field line is accommodated on the magnetic poles. Okay, so the pole having the pole cores and pole shoes. Okay, the core is made up of sheet steel. The core is laminated in thin by reducing the eddy current losses. Okay, the poles will accommodate the field coils, and the cross sectional area of the pole shoes increases, so it reduces the magnetic reluctance of the magnetic circuit, means magnetic, so it allows low reluctance path. Okay, so another one is armature core. Okay, so you can remember sometimes they will ask the question whatever the, yes, silicon steel, yes. Okay, so we will focus on content. So definitely if you know the content, definitely once repeats are Nekuri Surendra. What I have to repeat? Surendra. Protect the mother. Yes, yes. Okay. So if you ask any question, you can clearly mention so that we can go through that one. Okay. So those who are not registered in the ADDA247, you can use to register. This is my code is there, Y629. If you use this Y629 code, so you will get discount as well as free test series also. Okay, so you can use this Y629 is the coupon code, so you will get discount as well as free test series. Okay, so ADDA247.com, you can go to the website and you can use this code. You can purchase the Yes, SSC JE electrical or any Megapack also given for AP and Telangana students. So if you are having suppose friends in Telangana or AP, you can also share. So they may use this code, they will get discount also. Okay. So another part is here armature core. Another part is armature core. So so what kind of questions we are expecting from this armature core? So already I said armature is a rotating part, field is a stationary part. So the entire role plays the DC motor as a armature. Armature plays very important role in the DC because it is a rotating machine. Okay, so armature is a rotating part. So this armature having the armature core also. Okay, so it's a armature winding is there, armature core. Okay, so where it is mounted, so sometimes you can remember armature core is mounted on shaft of the rotor. Okay, shaft of the rotor. So it is a rotating part. So where it is rotating? So between the poles, suppose this is so we have different so this is the armature. Okay, so this is the north and south. So 2-pole machines, 4-pole machines, 6-pole machines. So these are the different machines are there. Okay, so based on the number of poles. Okay, so the armature, this is the armature. This is the armature is rotating between the poles, field poles. Field means so we are accommodating this field winding, like okay. So like this. So so from this armature core, you can remember the armature core of the DC motor is mounted on the shaft of the rotor. So and rotates between the field poles like this. This is the armature. It is rotating between the. So how it is rotated, I already explained. Okay. So it has a slot. These are the slot. So outer surface. Um, it has a slot on its outer surface. This is the outer surface slot. So armature conductor put these slots. Means this slot accommodate the armature winding. Already I explained. Okay. The core is made up of soft steel. You can remember this is the answer. So armature core is made up of soft steel. Okay, lamination which are insulated from each other and tightly clamped together. So because when it is a rotating, so if you are not tightening, fixing strongly or tightly, so it may detach from this while rotating. So that is why here it is tightly clamped together. So in the armature slot. So you can remember. So in this one, it is here armature core is mounted on the shaft. It is a rotating device. It rotates between poles, magnetic poles. Okay. So the armature core is made up of soft steel. Okay. So you can remember. So for small machines and big machines, they are laminations. So providing, okay. So you can see here in a small machine, the laminations are key directly to the shaft. So where in large machines, it is mounted on the spider. Okay. So you can remember for a small machines, it's directly mounted on the shaft. It's a large machine, it is mounted on the shaft. So this kind of sometimes they will question for large machines where this armature, whatever this conductor is mounted, armature core is mounted. So this kind of answers you may remember. Okay. So already I showed so wherever we are using the lamination. The word you should remember the lamination. So the purpose is to reduce the eddy current losses, either in transformer, wherever the machines. So lamination is cutting like a small pieces, like a bread slices. Okay. So there is a insulation gap between two different slices. So due to that one, so we are going to whatever the circulated current passing in the winding, so that will be reduces, then automatically the eddy current losses also reduces. So that purpose we are going to laminating the core, whatever is the armature core. Okay, so from this you can remember this 2 or 3 answers. Okay, so for small machines, so the laminations are directly mounted on shop. For the large machines, it's mounted on the spine. The lamination is mainly purpose to reduce the eddy current losses. Okay, so the armature core is made up of soft steel. Okay, so these are the points you can remember regarding this armature core. Yes. Are you following? Yes, Ravindra, competitive one. Surendra, Kiran, Monica, Rajat Paul Rao, Zindagiri Kumar, Ramesh Deve. So those who are in the live session, are you following? So what I am explaining is, I hope you clear. You can easy to answer the question if they ask directly regarding this DC machine constructions. Yes. So am I audible? Yes. Someone is trying to give the reply. Okay. So anyhow, we are moving to the concept. So next one is armature winding. Okay. Next one is armature winding. This is the armature core. This is the armature winding. So this is the armature winding. Okay. So now you can remember this one. So it is insulated conductors are put into the slots of the armature core. Okay. So it's suitably connected. Arrangement of the conductor is known as armature conductor. So armature conductors, whatever the armature winding is used to. Yes, this you can remember these two. So two types of armature winding we are using in the motors. Okay. So one is wave winding, another one is lap winding. Okay. So maybe they will ask the questions based on this wave and lap windings. Okay. Lap. Here lap is there. Lap. A is equal to P. You can remember. So for a lap winding, number of poles is equal to number of parallel paths. A is the number of parallel paths, P is the number of poles. So you can direct answer. Sometimes they will ask the question like, so they will give some data. So for a lap winding, so how many parallel paths are there? How many parallel paths for a lap winding? So for a 4-pole machine, yes, they are replying. You can remember my data. So for a 4-pole machine, okay, how many parallel paths? For a 4-pole machine, how many parallel paths are existed? For a lap winding, Okay, can anyone? For a lap winding, lap, LAP, lap. Here A is there, P is there. You can remember simply, I am giving shortcut. So for a lap winding, LAP, it's a lap winding. Okay, so you can remember this one. For a lap winding, this is the answer. Okay, so A is the number of parallel paths, P is the number of poles. So in coming to the concept in depth, so A is the parallel paths, B is the number of poles. For a suppose 4-pole machine, so P is equal to 4-pole machine. So for a 4-pole machines, for a lap winding, so how many parallel paths are there? 4 parallel paths are there. A is equal to P is equal to 4, you can remember. Suppose for a wave winding, you can remember directly. Number of parallel paths is equal to 2. You can remember. So for wave winding is not depends on the number of poles in the DC machines. So it's independent. Wave winding is independent of the pole, but a lap winding always depends on the number of poles. You can remember. So from this one, definitely they will ask the questions regarding this lap and wave winding. So for a lap winding, so number of parallel paths is equal to number of poles. Whatever the poles is given in the data, so that number that should be equal to the number of parallel paths for a lap winding. So for a wave winding, so it is independent of number of whatever the 2-pole, 4-pole or 6-pole, whatever the pole machine is given. So it is irrespective of that one. So the number of parallel paths should be 2. So you can remember this direct answer. Okay, for A is LAP, lap is very good. Okay, so you can remember lap and wave winding. Lap winding, number of parallel paths is equal to number of poles. For a wave winding, irrespective of the number of, yes. So wave always 2, yes. Okay. So this kind of, sometimes we will get theory questions. Okay. Sometimes we will get theory questions. So if we get theory questions like this, so definitely we will answer directly. Okay. Okay, next another one is a commutator. Another part is a commutator as there. So this is the commutator. So this part is the commutator. So this is also plays very important role in the rotating machines like DC motor. Okay. So what is the main purpose of the commutator? So this is sometimes they will ask the question. Commutator is a, you can remember, rectifier. It acts as a rectifier. So what is the purpose of rectifier? What is the function of rectifier? So you should convert AC to DC, because we are talking about the DC. So why we are applying the Faraday's law, so that will produce AC. Okay, so this kind of conversion we need. So that is why we are going to construct the commutator. Okay. So now you can see, sometimes they will ask the question, direct question. Commutator is a, act as a rectifier. You can remember. Okay. So this is also direct answer. If you get any related commutator related questions regarding the conversion process, so you need to remember it is a rectifier. So what it purpose? So it converts, see here, so directly it should motor from the DC source, so into alternating. So this is the purpose of we are using the commutator. Okay. So what is the shape of the commutator? You can see wedge shaped copper segments are insulated from each other. Okay. So you can remember this kind of direct theory related answer. Okay. So commutator is made up of wedge shaped. Okay, like it's a cutting shape. Like you can see here, this is the uh, like this is the this kind of shape. Okay, so wedge shaped copper segments are so insulated from each other. Okay, from the shaft by mica shape, you can remember. So this is made up of mica sheet. So it is shaped like which type of shape? Where wedge shape. Okay. So each segment of commutator is connected to ends of the armature coil. So each segment of the commutator. So these are the different segments are there. Okay. So each segment of the commutator is connected to armature coil. So means we are closing. So we are closing with the armature coils. Okay. So this is the purpose of the commutator. So you will get commutator related answers. So it's a rectifier like for conversion process. Okay. So it is a wedge shaped copper segments. Okay, made up of. So each segment is insulated from each other. Okay. So it's a from the shaft by mica sheet. So each segment of the commutator is connected to the armature coil. So these are the related answers regarding the commutator. So another one is brushes. So I hope you all. So this is why we are using these brushes here. So these are the brushes. So if you draw like this, so you can easy to remember. So this is the armature and this is the brushes. So this is the symbol. Okay. So these are the brushes. So this is the armature. Okay. So depends on the type of motor, your field are there. Suppose I am drawing like this. So it's the field. This is the field and armature. So mainly two parts are I said. Armature is, field is there. Okay. So this is the armature. Brushes. So what is the purpose of brushes? Mainly. Anyone? Purpose. Anyone? Purpose of the brushes in the DC motor. Yes, you can say. I am saying here. See, so by attending the classes, we can recollect the answer. Okay. So this is very important. So while joining in the institute or while joining the any competitive coaching, so we have knowledge, but that is already in hidden position. So while talking, while discussing, so that will recollect. So that is the advantage of so joining in the institute or any competitive coaching centers. Okay. So so the main purpose of the brushes is to collect the current from the commutator. So this is the commutator. So the purpose of the commutator is conversion process. So whatever the converting we are getting from the commutator, that should collect and it's given to the armature terminals. So these are the terminals. So we are sending to the outside, either load side or whatever it. Okay. So that is why. So we must ensure use the brushes. Okay, you can see here brushes. Yes, brushes are mounted on the commutator used to inject the current and DC source into the armature winding. Okay, so the main purpose of the brush is to collect the current from the commutator. So it is mounted on the shaft of the motor. Okay, so you can remember. So the brushes are made up of on carbon and supported by the metal box called brush holders. Okay, so it is supported by a like a box, metal box. You can see this in your any physically in the laboratory area. So small metal box are there in that. So that should be protecting from this metal box. Okay. Next, so pressure exerted by the brushes and the commutator is adjusted and maintained a constant value of the means of the springs. Okay, so we should maintain the constant value by adjusting the commutator brush positions. So current flows from the external DC source of the armature winding to the carbon brushes and the commutator. Okay, so current is must and should collecting from the commutator through the brushes only. Okay, for external use purpose. So these are the uh, constructional parts. These are the constructional parts of the DC motors. Okay, so from this constructional part you can remember, so each and every part, the purpose of the part, so it is made up of. So this kind of questions they may ask direct in the examination. Okay, so next coming to the working principle. So how it is works, what is the working principle? Can anyone guess how it works? What is the principle of working principle of DC motor? Yes, so many members are there in the live session. So you should be active because here, so we are preparing for the competitive exam. So this is not like a means class studies. Okay, you must and should be attention. So you can grab the knowledge content. So you should reply for the question. Definitely you will get knowledge and you will easy to solve the questions related that topic. Okay, so don't be sitting ideal. Okay, so be active in the group. Okay, Ram Kumar, Ramesh Reddy, Kiran, Monica, Rajagopal, Surendra. Yes, you must and should active in the group. Okay, because this is the live session, live streaming. So we are interacting with each other. So we are sharing the knowledge. Okay. Yes. Now you can see what is the working principle. How the already explained how the armature is rotating. Okay. So now you can see here by giving simply this is the field. Okay, and I am going to take one conductor. Okay, this is the conductor. So conductor edges are there, A, B, C. So these are the D. Conductor sides. This is the so field and armature. So I already said this is the field. So mainly we are focusing on the two parts. This is the armature. winding. Okay, so the entire operation is um, depends on only these two parts. So remaining is like a protecting purpose and conversion purpose, and we are taking the output, means collecting the current. So that purpose. But so for the rotation we need mechanical energy that should produce it from the armature. Okay. So how it is converting? Yes, rotational part. So electrical to rotational. So means, so sometimes they will ask the question DC motor. So what is the function of DC motor? DC motor function. What is the function of DC motor? Function. It should convert. It should convert electrical to anyone. We should convert electrical to I'm expecting answer. Just now only I said yes. We should be active in the. So that is why I given here. You can see, pay attention and gain understanding. Okay. Definitely we should be attention mode. Okay. So what topic next? What questions are will ask? What kind of answer we need to give? What way I have to answer this? So this kind of attention we need. So if you are really be attention in the class, so we will get the good knowledge, good understanding of the subject. Okay. See here. So DC motor which converts electrical energy to mechanical energy. Electrical to mechanical. So you can remember this is. So it converts electrical to mechanical. Okay. So mechanical energies we are generating by giving the electrical power supply. So we need to do some work. Okay. So we need a motor. Suppose like a pump the water. So if you want to pump water from the ground level or whatever the top level, so somewhere, so we need a electrical power supply to pump the water. So means, so by giving the electrical supply, we are producing the mechanical energy. So in this conversion process, so we are getting some work done. So that kind of work done by giving electrical supply should convert into mechanical. So for that purpose we are using motor. Okay. So this is a working principle. So how it is, you can remember simply this is pole shows when DC motor is connected to the external source from the DC supply. The field coil is excited by developing the north and south poles. The current flows through the armature winding. Okay. So when electrical power supplies, when conductor is electrical power supply is given to the field, so it experiences a force, mechanical force, then the armature conductor will start rotates. So this is the working principle of the DC motor. When supply is given to the field, so it experiences a mechanical force on the armature conductor, so then it will starts rotating. Okay, so you can see the armature conductors north and south poles. Okay, so under north pole carrying current in one direction and south pole carrying in another direction. This opposite directions. So each conductor carries current, okay, and placed in a magnetic field, hence mechanical force act on it. So I said, so whenever this mechanical, because here it is a rotating machine, we are providing the electrical supply, so then that should experience on the armature, so then armature is rotating, so that act as a mechanical force. Okay, so what it is, how we can find the direction of the current and the field direction. So we are providing the power supply, so it experiences a mechanical force on the armature, then it is rotating. So what is the current direction, what is the field direction, what is the force direction, so that should determine by using Fleming left hand rule. You can, so what type of rule we are using in the DC motor? So this type of direct question sometimes they will ask. Okay, which type of Fleming rule using in DC motor? Can anyone say the answer? So what type of Fleming principle using in the DC motor? So anyone? Sure, this is the okay. So anyone? Yes, Fleming left hand rule. So this is the purpose. Okay. So see, I hope you understand well. So from today class, from 10th onwards, we are going to start paid classes. Definitely, we will provide good subject, and we will explain previous bits. Right hand, yes, right hand rule for yes, left for mode, yes, very good. Okay, so we are going to start paid classes from the 10th of this month. Okay, so still, so if you are looking, so if you are not joined, so definitely use this opportunity at ADDA247.com. Okay, so you can use the code is scrolling here. You can so this is my so if you are using my code, so you will get discount and so Y629, so you can remember and you can share this code to your friends also. Okay, Y629, this is the code. Okay, use this code, so you will get discount as well as free test series. Okay, so whatever you can purchase from the ADDA247, so use this code, so you will get discounts also. Okay, so Megapack also there. Okay, so means all test series and different books and practice books, everything, so we will provide you. Okay, so 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 practice is very very important. After the class you need to practice. After the class you need to practice related the topic, whatever the topic we discussed in the class. So that should you can revise one or two times, then you can take previous bits or whatever bits related to same topic, so you can practice is very very important. So if you practice, so we need to save our time. Suppose someone is attended without practice, so he may think to answer the question, he will take much time to answer. But we are in practice mode, so we are a regular practice mode. So definitely we will get answer in very short period of time. So that is also very important in competitive time management. So we'll save the time, so that time we can use for another questions. So that is why, so after the class, so we will give you some work related to same topic. So you may practice, you may discuss with others. Okay, so okay, so thank you all. So we will discuss next. Okay, so you can comment regarding today class. Okay, so every day we are going to start at 10 o'clock. Okay, so you can share every day link, live session link to your friends. Okay, so give a comment on today class. How you are feeling this today class? How you are going to plan for SSC J to crack the job, to grab this opportunity. So every year central government releases, so SSC from a staff selection commission release junior engineer post. So once we can gain knowledge, so definitely we can get the job. So that, yeah, hello, yeah, I'm audible. Yes. So give your feedback or comments regarding this session. So next we will tomorrow we will discuss so remaining. So from 10th of this month we are going to start regular classes. Okay. So those who are not joined are not registered with the SSC JE. So go to the website ADDA247, can use Y629 promo code. Okay, so we are here to train up, okay, to crack the job by giving sound knowledge on the subject. Okay, so thank you all. Have a nice day. Good night all.